X. I got a double jig setup. We're going to see if we can catch some crappie here live. We've got some little bit of rain going on. I've already got about 10 in the bucket, and we're going to see if we can make this happen live. So let's see. I'm going to reverse this camera. We're going to drop this sucker down. So we're fishing docks right here, and it's about 5 foot of water. I'm just dropping that jig and letting it go in under the dock, right along the dock, about 3 foot under the water. So I got the double jig set up, and we're just simply dropping it down and letting it pendulum over. Let's see if we can make something happen. Let's go. Come on, crappie, let's go. It's duck weather out here. I'm telling you what, it's cold, it's rainy, but let's see if we can get a crappie. Got a blue jig on there. It's 32nd ounce blue jig. I got a green jig on there, an 1/8 ounce green jig. They're about 12 inches apart. Let's go. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. I was getting a few bites on this end of this dock here a minute ago. I've already caught 3 fish off this spot. I thought, hey, I'll go live, catch another one. Turn the camera on, fish lock their jaws. Let's just see what we got going on here. So we're out crappie fishing. This is the new lake off the docks. Got a double jig set up here. We've already got about 7 in the bucket. We're just about 4 or 5 foot of water underneath us. I got the jigs presentation about 3 foot under the water. Double jig setup. See if we can get some action going here. Just simply walking along the dock edge, pitching the jig out, and letting it pendulum swing back to us. That's all there is to it. Oh, we got one. No, we do not have one. That is a leaf. We were too deep right there, folks. Too deep. If you're catching leaves, you're fishing too deep. I guarantee it. Get this sucker off of here. Come on, let's go. We're out the new lake here. We got a new lake and an old lake. I think it's like 137 acres. And right here by the boat ramp, there is a nice little 2-bay dock. I'll show you here. Bass club it's not really a bass club. It's a group of guys and girls who get together on Tuesday nights and fish. They actually built this dock about 3 years ago. It's nice to bring your kids out here, do a little bit of fishing. You can usually catch a few crappie. So in the summertime, as you can see, they've got rod holders out here. You can catch some catfish and stuff. I've already got about 7 or 8 in the bucket. Just trying to catch something. So here's the baits I'm using. I got a blue hair jig, 132nd ounce. And I got a green jig with a chartreuse head, an 1/8 ounce. So we're just simply pitching it out there and letting it drift back. Hitting the different areas on this dock, seeing if we can get a bite. This lake's not known for big fish, but there are quite a few little fish in here. Matter of fact, the fishery biologist suggests any panfish that is caught should be kept because they are overpopulated in this lake. So we've been catching and keeping even the small fish based on the biologist's recommendation of it being overpopulated. We got 50-degree air temperatures right now, 10 mile per hour winds, and a little bit of drizzling rain. So conditions are not great for the angler. It's a little cold and wet, but I like to get out here in all conditions because you never know what conditions the fish are going to want to be biting. Just flipping it out there, pitching it, and letting it pendulum on. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. Man, there was a bite. I don't know if you've seen that rod tip bounce, but that was a bite. So sometimes these fish will present with the line will go slack. Sometimes your line will jump. And sometimes they'll just thump it. And you'll just see that rod tip bounce. That was a thump type bite. I like to run a double jig setup when you're more in an open water setting like this. There's not a lot of brush underneath that dock. There's one little bitty guy. Like I said, the biologist has recommended keeping all panfish that are caught out here, crappie, bluegill, white bass, anything like that, because there's just not enough food in this body of water to support growth. They do a electro fishing result, or they do electro fishing analysis every 2 years, and they have determined that the fish in this lake are stunted as far as it comes to the bluegill, the red ear, the crappie population. So they recommend keeping all of those fish. So we're just out here doing our part, making sure that there's enough food and some of the fish are able to get to a nice catchable size, cleanable size. Occasionally I've caught 10 to 12 inch fish off this dock, but most of your catch is going to be 4 to 7 inch fish class. See if we can get another bite. The majority of the crappie in this lake are white crappie. It's about 80% white crappie population. You will catch the occasional bluegill while doing this technique, and you will catch the occasional white bass, or yellow bass as some people call them. Just a nice fishing technique. Can't really go wrong with it. It's a good way to get out on the water, catch a few fish, have a nice time. Anyone can do it. Oh, there was another bite. Anyone can do it. You can get started. I just bought some little 30-inch poles for some kids. That was a little bit better one that came off. I just bought some 30-inch poles for some kids off of Amazon. They were 10 bucks. You can buy some jig heads and some soft plastics, and you can be started fishing this technique for under $20 easily. I recommend lightweight jigs. And if you're around any brush at all, do a single jig setup. This is a more of an open water situation. There's no brush under here, so I do a double jig setup. Only because the only thing you're basically gonna get hung up on is the dock itself. So it's great. It's a great time to do a double jig setup. If you have a young angler with you who's not as experienced, I do recommend doing a single hook, a single jig setup, just so that there's less opportunity for them to get hung up on things. It's going to make a more enjoyable experience for everybody. So those that have just joined, we're at the new lake doing some crappie fishing off the dock. I'd mentioned before, there is a stunted panfish, crappie, bluegill, red ear population out here, and they do electrofishing every couple years. You can see those results online, and they've determined there's a stunted population. So we're just out here doing our part, doing a little thinning. There's currently no limits on this lake except for the bass. They do have a 15-inch bass limit. But as far as panfish go, there's no size limit and there's no quantity limit. So we're just out here catching a few panfish. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a slab. That's a slab right there, yo. Let's get this guy in the bucket. All right, there we go. Let's go. I was just saying earlier that most of the fish in this lake are dinks. They are stunted, but occasionally you will catch a good one, and that is a good one for this body of water. Let me tell you. Get this guy off of here. Let's go. Sorry about that. My hands are wet. That's a good one. Boom. For this lake in particular, that's about a 9-inch fish. And for this lake in particular, a 9-inch fish is a very nice fish. Now I know all other parts around the country, that's not going to be the case. But for this particular body of water, that is a good quality crappie. So I was doing the same technique I'd been doing, just flipping it out, pitching it along the docks, and just allowing it to pendulum swing. Now I'm just slowly walking. You see how slow I'm moving? Just keeping that jig. I've got the double jig set up. The top jig's blue, 1/32 ounce. The bottom one's green with the chartreuse head, 1/8 ounce jig. Fishing about 3.5 to 4 foot deep, and I have about 5 foot of water underneath this portion of dock right now. So that particular fish, when it bit, it did not thump it hard by any means. The line just got heavy. I pulled up on it and it was a decent fish there. So see if we can get a few more of those. That'll be worth getting the fillet knife dirty for sure. Definitely exciting. It's always exciting to catch a little bit better of fish. It's even fun to catch nothing. Oh, that's another, that one is small, little dinker. That's about a 5-inch fish, real thin. Unfortunately, in most bodies of water, that would be a 1-year fish. But in this body of water, he's long. For his length, he is paper thin. That's how you can tell that there's not enough food for these fish. Because for his length, he is incredibly, incredibly thin. There's just not enough food in here to support the population. So we're just doing our part. There's no limit on this lake. We're just doing our part to try to get some of these fish out. They're not going to go to waste. They're going to go, as you know, this channel is Outside with Jeff. I do a lot of gardening. All these fish carcasses, they will go to the garden and they will produce food for my family as well as other people who I give food to. So they're not going to be wasted. It's a nice little dock here. I mentioned earlier this lake, I believe it's like 150 acres-ish. Don't hold me to it. But there's not a whole lot of opportunity for shore angling. There is this dock. There's another little bitty guy. There's this dock. There's a little bit of riprap over by a road that you can fish, but it's not super easy to get to. And then there's also I think there's about 40 houses or so. This one decided to bite the blue jig up top. So there's about 40 or so houses out here. And if you know somebody, you can fish off of their docks or whatever. But you got to know them to be able to do that. Try to get this guy off of here. So, but as far as just like public access, you're pretty well limited to this dock or the road. You can put a boat out here. They have there's no motor restriction. Actually, there is a motor restriction, but it's not enforced. So the city has put I believe it's 25 horse motor restriction, but nobody enforces it and nobody really cares about it. So it is what it is. It's a pretty small lake. You really wouldn't want to put a big boat on here, but people do it. Just how it is. So around 4th of July weekend, you can't really fish out here. It's crazy. There's so many waves. You can't do anything. If you're out here on like a little John boat or something trying to fish, you're going to get beat around by all the waves. Let's see. We're back to this middle dock here. See if we can catch any more off the end here. I was doing really well before I went live. I'd caught and kept 3 off of this spot. Just bam, bam, bam. And I thought, hey, I'm going to break out the camera because they're hitting really good. And then I came back to this spot and it was like 4 minutes, didn't get a bite. So then we switched spots. So Just kind of bouncing around. There's only so many spots on this dock. You'll see we got a few spots there. It's super shallow on that backside, so I really just focus on these deeper portions here. Seems to work out pretty good. So the biggest crappie I've ever caught on that lake was that spot right there. I caught a 14-inch crappie. The biggest one I've ever caught on this particular lake was there, 14 inches, and that was 2 winters ago. It was a very nice fish. I only caught about 5 fish that day, and the other 4 were like 5 inches, and then I caught a 14-incher. So it's kind of what I'm saying. It's like there's good ones out here, but they're few and far between. %90 of what you're going to catch on this lake, crappie wise, is going to be under 6 inches. 5% is going to be 6 to 10 inches, and 5% is over that 12-inch class. In the springtime last year, my buddy caught I think it was a 2.5 pound crappie off of here. Not off of this particular spot. He actually lives on this lake, and he caught one off of his father-in-law's dock, and it was a really nice one. But they are far and few between. Few and far between, sorry. Let's see if we can get bit again. So we caught that 9 or 10 incher a couple minutes ago. We caught a couple dinks after that. I believe we have 9 or 10 in the bucket so far. Not too bad. Been out here for about 30 minutes. So it's not too bad. One fish in the bucket for every 3 minutes. It's a little slow, but not too bad. Let's see if we can catch a big one off this end here. Present that bait. Keep it real still. I'm moving it ever so slightly to the side. See if something thumps it. Bring it up about 8 inches. Bring it back over. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. No takers. All right, let's pendulum swing. I'm gonna swing it into the wind. I'm about 4 inches from the dock. Okay, now I'm gonna bring it out about 2 foot from the dock. So now we're out a little bit more from the cover. Sometimes they'll be staged off the dock a little bit more. Oh, nothing there right now. All right, swing it out in open water, swing it towards the dock, see what happens. Need a big bite. Come on, big bite. Let's go. Come on, bite. Kind of slowed down a little bit here. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. I know everyone who's ever fished has done that. Come on, fishy. All right, let's go. Come on. Wind's picking up a little bit, but the rain has died off, so that's nice. I'll take a little extra wind with no rain. That's okay. That's okay. All right, who's watching? Drop it in the chat. Say what's up. We're out here crappie fishing the new lake at the boat ramp. So there's a set of docks over here by the boat ramp, and we're just crappie fishing along there. We're gonna go back to this far side now, and we're gonna see what's over here. This is where where I caught that 10-incher a few minutes ago. Let's see what happens. Coming back to this spot where I caught the 10-incher a few minutes ago. Let's see what's going on. It's been probably 5 or 6 minutes since I've had a bite now. Maybe not quite that long. I'm going to go ahead and let a little bit of the line out. Maybe I'm fishing a little shallower than I was. Okay, that's better. We're going to be about 4 foot under the water level. It's my goal right now. See what happens. Oh, there was a bite. That was a bite. Comment in the chat if you like to go fishing. Comment what your favorite fish to catch is. Mine, I love bass fishing, but it can be slow sometimes. If I like to go out and catch a lot of fish, it's definitely going to be crappie or bluegill. This time of year, crappie is the #1 targeted fish for me, for sure. Let's go. Come on, crappie. I just had a bite a minute ago. See if we can get another one. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Nada. Let's come off the end of this dock here, kind of pitch it out. Swing it back in towards the dock structure. See if we get thumped. Let's go. Come on, crappie. Little nibble there at the end when I was pulling up. I know there's no structure down there, so it wasn't a stick. It was a crappie. Or maybe a bluegill. Okay, let's go. Come on now. Rally time. We need that bite. We need a bite. It's been about 6 minutes since I've caught one. We are due. Oh, there we go. Oh, man, I missed it. I missed it, guys. That was a good bite. Probably a small fish, but it was a good bite. Drop it back down there, see if we can get him to bite again. Him or her. Him or her. Come on, little crappie. You know you want it. Oh, man. Sometimes you can drop back in on them and they'll hit it. They can be territorial. Let's see. Swinging that bait back down in front of that spot where I just got thumped. Nothing is happening, though. Nothing's happening. So let's come at it from this way. Crappie like vertical structure. That's why a lot of people put stake beds out and stuff. So all these dock pilings are perfect. Oh, there's a bite. Oh, man. Let's go. Let's get it. Come on. Watch that rod tip. Come on. Ain't messing around. There you go. There you go. Little bitty guy. But you seen it. You seen the rod tip. As I've mentioned, I know we got some new viewers on here. This lake has a stunted population. The fishery biologist, I have an email from him where I was communicating with him. He says all panfish that are caught need to be kept. So we are just doing what the biologist has suggested. Every year they do electrofishing studies, and there is a stunted panfish population on this lake. I actually went to City Hall, I believe it was in 2018, and gave them a presentation of the electrofishing studies that were done. And City Hall gave me a budget of, I believe it was $1,500. It was either $1,500 or $2,500. I had to do a presentation. It was 2 presentations I gave, once to the City Hall themselves, the board, and then one to the lake board. And they give me $2,500, and I ordered bass. So we used to have a fishery not too far from here, which is now went out of business. COVID put them out of business. Imagine that. But anyways, they gave me $2,500 and we stocked this lake and the old lake with about 700 bass each. We got the 6 to 8 inch bass and we stocked them, and the electrofishing results have seen things have started to turn around. So between keeping more panfish and the stocking of those supplemental bass, things have gotten better. The tournaments that they hold on this lake have shown an increase in size for the bass, and the electrofishing results have shown an increase in size of the panfish. So things are heading in the right direction. We took action. I'm an outdoorsman. I love to fish. I love nature. And when I seen my home lake, that's 8 minutes from my house, was suffering, I did something about it. So I just want to make sure that this resource was available and could be the best it could be for not only my kids, but other future generations. So I'm just out here catching a few fish, having a nice time, keeping a few fish, and ensuring that there's a healthy fish population for the future generations. So show you the slab, LOL. I sure will, fish hunter. I just had a bite here, so let me catch this one real quick, and then I'll go pull that new lake slab out of there. It's like a 9 or 10 incher. On another lake, it wouldn't be anything incredible, but out here, it's a really good fish. So I do have water in that bucket. I am probably going to, since we're not catching other big fish, I'm going to go ahead and let that slab go because it has good genetics. It was able to get big even in this stunted, overpopulated situation. So I'm keeping all those dinks, but I'm going to go ahead and let that big fish go so that we can keep those good genes in this lake. So we're going to make our way over to that bucket right now. I'm just fishing my way to the bucket. We're going to get that slab out. I'm going to show y'all, and then we're going to let it go. So I'm almost to the bucket. The bucket's right there. We're going to fish our way to the bucket and see what happens. Oh, hung up real quick. I got that loose. All right, fish hunter. Let's see. So here is the new lake slab. Okay, that's a good one for here. That's a 9-inch fish. Okay, the rest of the ones we're catching are about 4 or 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. Go make some other big slabs. Okay, buddy? Boom, swimming away, happy as can be. So let's go. It's all about conservation, keeping what you need to keep and releasing what you need to release. So that's right. We'll put those dinks to use, and we're going to leave that slab to go back and to make other future slabs. Come on, let's go. Normally I almost always catch a couple bluegills and a few white bass out here, or yellow bass, whatever you want to call them. I have not caught any of those today, which they're fun to catch. They fight pretty good for their size. You know, they'll be 5 to 8 inches, but they'll fight pretty good. They're fairly aggressive fish. There we go. Oh, see that bite? The line went slack. So the line actually jumped. The tip doesn't always bounce. They don't always thump it. That one, the line went slack, and that's when I knew something had picked my jig up. Unfortunately, when I went to set the hook, he was no longer there. Oh, there we go. Little big guy. Let's go. So we probably got, I'm going to say, don't hold me to it, I'm going to guess and say we got 11 in the box. I'm going to say we got 11 in the box here. I just let go of that big one. Let go of the big one. And we're keeping all these little guys. So, I'm going to show you what I got here. A little chartreuse, 1/32 ounce. A little green minnow style bait. And then I got a blue 1/32 hair jig, and it's doing great. Out of those 11 in there, plus the one I let go, 9 of them have come on the green jig. Only 2 of them have been on the hair jig. So the hair jig has not been doing great today. Only caught 2 on the hair jig, and I've caught 9 on the minnow style jig, including the slab that I just let go. So yeah. Oh, and I want to say, these jigs, you'll never guess where they come from. Temu. That's right. The soft plastic jigs, I bought a 12-pack for $1.36. The hair jig was an 8-pack for $3. I've been buying my jig heads and stuff off of Temu just here lately, actually. Generally, I go to Walmart or Bass Pro. I'll even sometimes buy them locally. But these are Temu jigs. I'm really happy with them. Plastic holds up. 2 weeks ago, I caught 45 crappie on the same jig. So they do have a quality jig. I'm not sure who actually makes them. I just know where I'm getting them from. Like I said, it's the Temu jig. And I have not had any issues with their quality whatsoever. So if you're looking for some really cheap baits, check out Temu for their crappie soft plastics. Like I said, this was either a 12 or a 15 pack for like $1.36. They had about 7 or 8 color options. This is a green on green with some sparkle. I bought some packs of every color they had, and I've been really happy with their quality. I mean, for $1.36, you can't beat it. Like I said, last week I caught 45 crappie on the same jig, and the hook still stayed attached, no problem. Didn't even have super glue, nothing like that. I did not have to super glue the soft plastic to keep it on the jig. It's a really good plastic. I don't know who they actually have make them, but it took about 8 days to get them. When I ordered them, it took about 8 days for them to arrive, but super, super happy with the quality. I bought my kids new fishing poles for Christmas, and I bought them some jigs as well. So I know that it's a good quality product at a really, really cheap price. Well, fishing's been good today. We've been live for 32 minutes. I was fishing for about 15 minutes before that. We've got about 11 in the bucket. I've let that big one go. Caught a few others that I let go earlier. I'd say we've caught at least 15 fish in 45 minutes. Still holding to that one fish every 3 minutes or so. It's a pretty decent day. The rain has quit. Got a nice little steady breeze, but the gusts are gone. Got my Frog Tog rain jacket on, keeping me nice and dry. Out here fishing. It was raining earlier, but my Frog Tog rain jacket from Walmart has kept me dry. Super, super cheap. I think I got the pants and the jacket for like 20 bucks, maybe $25, I don't know, several years ago. It's held up incredibly well. Definitely recommend, if you're doing any fishing in the rain or any activity in the rain whatsoever, consider getting you a pair of Frog Togs. Definitely keeping me dry today. Let's see if we can get a bite. This is one of the better spots along this dock. Don't know why, other than it's on the end of the dock. So they might be staged out here looking for things that are getting blown in from Main Lake. This does seem to be one of the better spots on this dock today. This is where the big fish came from earlier, as well as a few smaller fish. Just kind of walking around the dock now. Every once in a while picking the jig up, swinging it out, and pendulum swinging it back in towards me. It's been a key to the success today. Got about 11 fish in the bucket. Caught about 15 in the last 45 minutes. Pretty good day. Pretty good day. Picking it up, swinging it. There was a bite. Picking it up, swinging it back into the strike zone. Just letting the fish have plenty of time to bite that jig. This lake's got a lot of small fish on it, but they're fun to catch. Definitely fun to catch. Just out here at the lake, catching some crappie. Day off at work. A couple days after Christmas. Weather's nice. Thought it'd be a good day to get out. Did have a little bit of rain earlier, but the frog togs kept me nice and dry. The rain's died off now, and we just have a little bit of wind. Pretty nice day. Trying to see if we can catch another big one. All right, got hung up on some old fishing string. Maybe a trot line or something. Looks like somebody had a trot line or something hung off the side of the dock right there in the corner. Just got tangled up in that a little bit. That's okay. Probably gonna give it another 10 minutes or so. If you're watching, smash that like button out here at the lake, catching some crappie. Got about 11 or so in the box right now. Just out here trying to catch some slabs. Sure to do me a favor and smash that like button. Let's go. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's another one. Another one for the bucket. All right, another one went in the bucket. There we go. Be sure to smash that like button if you like to fish. If you also enjoy fishing like me, smash that like button. Just out here at the lake, fishing the docks. Enjoying some time outside, away from out of the house, getting some fresh air. Having a great time doing it. Had a little bit of rain earlier. That's moved out. Just out here enjoying the nice weather. I mean, it's not every year, a couple days after Christmas, that you're able to get out on open water and fish. I mean, there's several years the lake's frozen, the water's crap, it's windy, icy, snowy, just junk, can't do nothing. So while the weather's still great, I thought might as well get out and enjoy it. Catch a few fish at the same time. Kind of slowly walking along this dock, jigging for crappie. We are vertical jigging for crappie along these docks. Got a really nice day here today in southern Illinois. Thought, what better thing to do than go to the lake and try to catch a few fish. A couple days past Christmas, the weather's beautiful today. It's a high of about 55. That's what it showed earlier on my way out here. It was rainy, a little windy. Oh, there we go. Little bitty dinker. Let's go. Smash that thumbs up button. Let's go. So like I was saying, 55 degrees at the end of December. You cannot beat that. You absolutely cannot beat that. So just out here living the life, you know what I mean? Appreciate all my support from YouTube, all my YouTube fans out there, subscribers and everything. Just out here living my best life. Doing a little bit of fishing and getting to film it so that you guys can see it. I hope this inspires you to get out and do a little bit of fishing. It's one of my favorite things in this world to do. Absolutely love it. I love when I can get my kids involved in it. It's awesome. All right. Hey, hey, hey. Just out here jigging the docks, catching some crappie. Got about 13 crappie in the bucket right now. Just out here enjoying a nice day. Appreciate you watching. Trying to catch some crappie. 55-degree weather. Beautiful day out. I haven't caught any along this side of the dock yet, but you never know. There was a bite. Here we go. Just had a bite here. All right. Nothing happening over there. Let's try over here again. Flip it on out there. Swing it on in. Let's go. Done pretty good today. Caught a bunch of fish. It's been a good time. It's been a good time. Try this side of the docks. Haven't fished this side of the docks today. It's shallower. Usually not as much going on, but you never know. We'll go ahead and give it a try. Nice slow presentation. We'll work our way up to the end of this dock. It's only like 2 feet deep right here. Sometimes there'll be some fish here, but usually there's not a whole lot going on in this particular side of the dock. There's the bank right there. It's pretty shallow right here, but you never know. Pitch it on out there and we'll let her swing back into us. Nope. Now this, it gets better on this side. This is the better side. Up there by that wooden cleat is where I caught that 9-10 incher a little bit ago. So we'll work our way back around, see what happens. Might be another one under here. Never know. Work our way to this end here. See if there's another big one under there. If there is, it did not want to bite right now. Oh, little bitty bite. Just got thumped. Just got thumped. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Come on. Come on, just got thumped. Missed one right here. See if it'll bite again. Yeah, I seen it. I seen that rod tip. Let's go. Come on, fishy. There you go. See that? Nothing there, though. Nothing there. It'll be quick. Missed it. I missed it. He's not biting again. Just had a good bite. Come on. I just had a bite. Here, fishy. Oh, there we go. Oh, man. Missed it. Come on. Just missed one. I mean, he just hit it hard, too. Missed it. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Come on. Come on. We just have to come back to that one. Cannot get it to bite. Bit it 3 times. Couldn't catch him. Let's come back to him. Fish this side real quick. See if we can catch one over here. Oh, had a bite. Pulled the jig up to flip it back out. There's a dang fish on there. Came off. It didn't bite or nothing. I wasn't watching my line. I guess the line went slack and I just pulled my jig out. Pulled my jig up to flip it out there again, and there was a fish on there. Flopped right off. I'm going to have to buy some high-vis line. It's hard to see when your line jumps without high-vis line. There we go, little bitty one. There we go. Let's go. Come on now. Come on now. On the blue hair jig. Let's go. Caught one on the blue hair jig. Real light bite. I was just saying how I need to switch to a high vis line so I can see the line jump, because I just missed one. I didn't even realize I had a bite. I lift my pole up to flip it back out there just like this, and there was a fish on there. Never even felt it bite. Never even felt it. Oh, we got someone out there pretending they're a wolf. All right, let's go. Come on. Great day at the lake. Just missed a couple fish out here. Let's come back and see if we can get them to bite. Get them to bite here. Nope. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Get real close to the dock. Maybe they're real close. Nada. I'm going to try to catch one more. I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate everybody that's taking time to watch me go fishing. Got about 12 or 13 in the bucket. It's been a good day. That was a bite. That was a bite, people. Even messed up my jig. Got to fix my jig here. There we go. Got to fix that jig. All right. Now that that's fixed, let's see if we can catch one. Come on. I know you're in there. I know you're under there. You want to bite the bait. I just missed one, guys. Had to readjust my jig. Tried to pull the body off the hook. Just missed one. I appreciate everybody watching today. Hope you hit that like button for me. There's that line. Hung up on that line again. Oh no. What will I do? Let's see here. There we go. No biggie. Come back out here on this end. See if we can drop down on a big one. Swing on in to old big old crappie. Need a slab. Finish the day on a slab. Let's go. Come on. One more. One more good one. We can do it. We can do it. We've been catching one about every 3 minutes. We're due. We are due for another bite. It's not been too bad out today. Once the rain moved out, wind died down a little bit. Not too bad. Fish been cooperating a little bit. That always helps. Just had a bite. Let's see if we can get it on. Come on, viewers. Oh, there we go. Another little bitty guy, but it's a fish. And of course, there's no one watching when I caught it. Come on back. Come on, everybody. Let's go. We just caught another one. Just caught another one. Hey.
How are you?
Good. No, crappie. Crappie.
Oh, crappie?
Yeah.
Big ones out here?
Not today. All small ones. What are you out doing?
Nothing with rice.
Oh, I got you. It's a good day for it.
You live down the lake?
No, I live in town.
In Jonesboro?
No, Frankfurt. What about you?
Same.
Same? Yeah, just come out. Thought it was a pretty decent day weather-wise. Thought I'd come out and fish.
My name's Scotty.
Scotty?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. My name's Jeff. Jeff?
Jeff, it's nice to meet you too. Are you married?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be I just don't want to be a gardener.
No, you're good. Yep. No, I'm just out. I got a YouTube channel. I'm just out filming some fishing videos for my YouTube channel.
Cool.
Yep.
You know, they did this like 4 or 5 years ago.
Do what?
You catch that?
No, it's crappie. Yeah.
You got a pond at home?
No. I wish I had a pond at home. I said I wish I had a pond at home.
I got a pond actually.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I got a pond at the house. I'm so glad. What do you do for a living, Jeff?
I work Continental.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, tire factory. What about you?
Nothing.
Nothing right now?
Bicycle, person.
Oh, I got you.
I don't know, Jeff.
Heck yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
If I was a man, I'd be a sovereign paleontologist. Your brother's a man, but it's just a man thing.
Right. What is it? No, what was it again?
A sovereign philanthropologist.
Oh, philanthropologist. Okay.
But I'd be sovereign if I was a man, though.
Yeah. Nope, just out enjoying the nice weather.
This part, you can't get around that.
You No, you cannot. I think it just goes back and there's like 2 houses. I think it ends. I don't know if there is. The road goes back there a little bit, but I think it ends. I know you definitely cannot get back further there.
Well, have a happy New Year.
You too.
What's your last name?
Clark.
Mine's Slate.
Slayton?
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You have a blessed holiday.
You too.
Take care.
All right. Had somebody pull up. Got my jig tangled up. Caught 2 fish. Not sure exactly what was going on there, but said she's a biker. And yeah, is what it is. All right, my jig here is messed up. I gotta take a minute here. Sorry, gotta take a minute and try to fix this jig. My line got tangled. And basically, I'm down to one jig the way it sits. I gotta untangle this guy real quick. Come on. All right, there we go. Okay, back in business. Sorry about that technical difficulty. Technical difficulties. There we go. We're back in business. Had technical difficulties for a minute there. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm calling it a day. Thanks for watching.